Hi, my name is Cyrus Mahler. I'm a defensive midfielder and I'm 17 years old. My name is Cyrus Mahler. I come from Geneva, Switzerland. I play soccer and I'm a defensive midfielder. I'm 17 years old. I've been living in Geneva since I'm very small. I used to play for a club near my house, and then I got recruited to play for the Geneva state team, which is when I got an offer to go and play for Servette, which is one of the best teams in Switzerland and the best team in the canton. I compete at the national level in the National Swiss Football League. A bit about my game. I'm a defensive midfielder. I cover a lot of ground during games. I'm 1'87", so I'm pretty tall. I win a lot of balls in the middle of the park. With my head, I jump higher than everyone else. Constructive play is a crucial part of my game. I have good game vision. I get the ball from one side and I can switch it over to the other, which is important, I think, if you play in the middle of the field. Obviously, one of the important assets of my game is I recuperate a lot of balls with my feet. I tackle a lot, get the ball, and then a quick transition to the strikers, which allows the game to flow and so the team can move forward. I can get the ball from one side, change it to the other side quite rapidly. And I have a sense of what's the right place to play in certain phases. Tactically speaking, we're a very strong team, and I know where to place myself on the field. I'm rarely or never out of position. It's important to move once I've done a pass. If I pass someone, go behind him, try and create some space, openings, so that he can either center, pass it, or so that he has options, because movement is one of the most important parts of soccer. Control is obviously important, be able to look up and know where you want to put the ball. If you miss your control, you put yourself in a difficult position to pass the ball on, so it's important to keep the ball, know what to do, and make the right choice in the middle of the field. I run as much as I can for the team and for myself. Practice is the same thing. I practice hard because I believe that you play as well as you practice and that you're as good as you practice. I'm an aggressive player in the middle of the park. It's important. If you want to get the ball back, I'm aggressive, I go for it. I'm probably mentally, which is why I'm captain of my team, because I try and motivate the troops, be an example, even when we're not playing well, which is important because otherwise it's impossible for the team to progress. So that's an important part of my game too. I hate losing. When I'm on the field, I'm going to do everything to win. I'm a competitor. Sometimes I'm too competitive, but I don't see that as something negative, because in soccer it's important to always want to win, and I'm always disappointed when the team doesn't do well or if we lose. I also score goals. I scored 5 goals in the first season of our championship, 3 headers and 2 volleys. I also scored 2 in the past season, and I believe more in scoring than the others do, which means I often take the upper hand. I support Arsenal, which means I like beautiful soccer, which is why what I try and produce on the field. We're a team which tries to construct, keep the ball, and play nice football and score goals. So speaking of soccer in general, over here in Europe, soccer is a culture. It's one of the most watched sports in Europe. And speaking of Switzerland, Switzerland have made a huge effort in the formation of players. And this shows because recently the M17 Swiss team won the World Championship. So a team that's 1 year older than me, but there's still some players which play in my championship. And it just shows that the Swiss take this sport extremely seriously. They've invested a lot of money into it, and they've created a sort of a winning, sort of progressing movement in soccer, which is something I think in the United States it's the same, but with all sports. I mean, I've looked up a lot of videos of how sports work over in the United States, and I see people are extremely motivated, There's also this sort of desire to win, which is something that is very present in Europe because soccer is one of the biggest sports. Something that's important in sports that we don't often talk about is personality. One of my assets is that I have a strong personality. I'm very social, which means I can adapt to environment very quickly. There's no problem with that, and I can very quickly feel at home somewhere which wasn't my home before.